gracious, here we go again. Meeting will come to order, please. The notice requirements of the Open Publics Meeting Act for this meeting have been satisfied. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Attention, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Would you call the minutes, please? The roll, please. Sorry.
Mayor Becker?
Here.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Here.
Commissioner Blumberg?
I'm here.
We have before us for approval our June 7th meetings. What is your pleasure?
I'll make a motion we approve those. Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Okay, we will now open for public comment. You have 3 minutes. You may speak on any subject.
Sewell 22 West Drive. Mayor, last time we were here, we were discussing the case brought by lead counsel Gary Stein to the Supreme Court of New Jersey. This case will be a game changer of the greatest magnitude. I can't convey it to you strongly enough. I urge the two commissioners to contact either the city clerk, Richard Deeney, or Scott Abbott. They all have the link to this 35-page brief. This man spent 17 years on the Supreme Court. And guess where he was during the most damaging of all cases to come down from Trenton? He was voting for the Abbott decision, not the Scott Abbott decision, but the decision that strips tens of millions of dollars from local municipalities like Margate to subsidize places like Hoboken, Newark, Asbury Park, which Senator Chris Brown notes receives $32,000 in state tax money per pupil per year. Meanwhile, the senior citizens in Margate have to fork, time will fly, Mayor, just relax, have to fork up $32,129 from their Social Security to float the mayor's patronage system. But key points in this case include the concept of regional controlled choice methodology. What is it? Best characterized as combining features that are both voluntary and involuntary. They also quote Article 1, Section 5 of the New Jersey Constitution that prohibits segregation of any person, quote, in the public schools because of race, color, ancestry, or national origin. They quote Title 18 of the New Jersey statutes annotated, prohibiting exclusion of any child from public school on account of his or her race, creed, color, national origin. They also, on page 29 of this brief, discuss de facto segregation, violating the thorough and efficient clause. That would be Article 8, Section 4 of the New Jersey State Constitution. And they also quote the Jenkins versus the Township of Morris, quote, obligation to take affirmative steps to eliminate racial imbalance regardless of its causes and to order district consolidation. Now that might have gone over the mayor's head, but hopefully not over the two commissioners. I urge you to get this brief, read it from top to bottom, and take it to heart. It's a locomotive going at warp speed.
Thank you. Any other public comment, please?
You're making me crazy, Roz Tynan. Hi.
Name and address, please.
Oh,
And wait-
9413 Ventnor Avenue, Margate, New Jersey. So, I'm not coming here with any new news. We have a parking problem, and that parking problem is going to directly impact all of our businesses along with your island. Okay, we're not a weekly community. If we were, the people who come for the week, they would navigate, they'd figure it out, and they go home after having a joyous week. That's not who our clients are. Okay, we all know who they are. But I watch them in frustration, driving around and around and around with anger and not a pretty situation. And I see them take off because they're not going to drive 4 or 5 times around to try to find a parking space. What they're going to say to their kids is, we're not going here today. You're going to wait till next week. We'll take you to Ocean City. They have parking lots. So, you know, I'm concerned for my well-being along with, you know, my neighbors. Okay, and you know, the town looks great. You're building beauty. You're taking down single homes and putting up multis, but there's not a parking plan. Okay, I don't know where you're going to get the land. It's like Key West. When it runs out, it runs out. But we have an issue because numbers are going to fall. Retail will become dark. Okay, the people that come to your island don't want to leave the island once they get here. Okay, they want to be here. They don't want to go offshore to get what they need. Okay, and so that, you know, ultimately, property values will drop because nobody wants dark retail. Okay, I didn't come to complain. I came to resolve. Okay, and in my head, which I think is a bright one, you know, there's ways to figure this out. I think you should buy that parking lot. And if you can't, you know, let's look at some other issues. Okay, that could be a great municipal lot. Trolley service looks great. We tried the jitney, but I don't think we promoted it properly. Okay? I mean, wouldn't the community look lovely with one of those wedding trolleys with Lucy on it, Margate by the sea? It would look really cute. Okay? Golf carts work in other places. Maybe they'll work here too. Okay? And I know this summer my business will be impacted, but there's nothing I can do about it. The only thing I can do about it is control myself and the way I run my business, and the way I spend my money. But I am deeply concerned. I think the golf course looks great. There's no parking for it. Okay? I don't know what else to say or do. This is my final day. I'm going to retreat into my business because you people hardly ever see me. I keep very quiet. I mind my own business. I feel very financially threatened, and I don't know what to do. So, you know, I'm here today to say, you know, you've got to come up with a plan. And it's going to, you know, I don't want to wait a couple months to have this meeting, as Michael and I discussed. I mean, if something's urgent, it should be called to arms. And I feel like we have a pretty bad situation. I'm watching it every day, becoming very frustrated.
Thank you.
So please address. Thank you.
Any other public comment? Please come forward. Your name?
I'm Maria Elena, 9313 Ventnor Avenue. This will be my 36th year at that location, and I'm pleading with you guys to figure it out. Why would you say yes to this thing that's going to bring more traffic and more parking when we have none to begin with? So I'm pleading, do something about the parking. Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else? Public comment? Before we close public comment, I want you to know we all share concerns about parking, and you know, maybe we should all get together, as I said, Roz, and start planning what we're going to do about this, okay?
Yeah, but Mike, when you
Nope.
told me that, you said it will take a couple months to get an appointment. Okay?
No, I didn't say. I said it'll probably take a couple months to get it done, but we met, what, a week ago?
Yes.
Has anything happened?
No.
Okay. Anyone else? Come on, sir.
Mayor, through you, may I make a comment?
Sure, go ahead. Absolutely.
Roz and Mary Elena, there is that parcel that was just mentioned that is a vacated parking lot we have no use with right now. It's on the real estate market for $900 and I believe $15,000. Well, it was purchased in a foreclosure. We weren't a part of that. I wasn't privy when it went up for sale. But it is on the real estate market advertised for, I think, $915,000, which is a big chunk of money. I know that myself and I know my fellow commissioners are very concerned about the parking situation, but for us to spend that number for 26 or 28 spaces would fit there to help the business community wouldn't fly with the taxpayers in the city of Margate. Would there be help on the business community side to joint venture, a private partnership, where we could sit down and... The woman that has it is not interested in renting it. She's interested in turning it over. That's her business. She buys distressed properties. I sat with her, with Mr. Deeney, our business administrator, 2 weeks ago for 2 hours in her office trying to find and negotiate a deal. But with that said, would the business community, could you gather your community together and we could sit down possibly and have a discussion where we could do a public-private partnership that might be more amenable to the taxpayers of the city of Margate?
I will tell you that there will be probably more than one person that will be able to contribute.
This isn't being recorded with her sitting back there.
The fact is that we really only have 10 weeks of business.
Okay.
And that's enough money to survive for maybe the rest of the year. I don't think that's gonna fly well. I think your best option is getting trolley service and make it look cute,
Cool.
golf carts.
Okay.
Mr. Romito, did you want to speak? You may, you.
It's Ray Romito, 9408 Amherst Avenue. This just popped in my mind. You may have already thought about this a million times over. What about the parking area at the school buildings? Could we use maybe those and, trolley some of those people around to the community? I don't know, that just popped in my mind. And I wish Saul was here because as an educator, you need a superintendent. And when you have a middle school and an elementary school, you need a building principal. I know it's not cheap, and I know we have a small population, but I know when my daughter went through Margate City Schools, she got a great education, and right now she's in the top 5 as an ingoing junior at Mainland High School. So, I know there are challenges. I would love to see my tax reduced too, but, to me, I don't want to be, penny wise and pound foolish. But again, with the parking space, maybe there's some area of the school buildings that we can use those areas and maybe transport some of those people temporarily. Just an idea. Thank you.
Good idea. Thank you.
So now I'd like to make a comment,
You may.
and I'd like to thank Mr. Romano. I want to say that this commission will guarantee that we will never, ever turn our backs on our schools. We will never give up the great quality education that we provide those kids, and we will not sacrifice $1 in the name of education. It doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense for any of us here, and we will continue to do what's right by the kids of this city. And I know I speak for Mike and John. Thank you.
All the students from Margate who have attended Mainland are excellent students. They're all in the top 10, top 15% of the class, as an FYI.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark. You finished? Thank you. Just for the record, Roz, you called me. I came down to see you the other day. My idea was to tell you to go back to the business association and come back with some ideas, and we sit down and partner with the city. Obviously, you don't think that would be
I did that.
productive.
I called Ed immediately, as I promised you I would do. So Ed will tell you.
Okay, but did you talk, Ed, did you talk to your association at all? I mean, it's,
I haven't had the opportunity to talk to them yet,
Okay.
Mike. This is also, even though it's a critical time for parking, you have to understand that we're in the midst of trying to getting more than 3 people together in one spot right now where there's traffic making a living.
listen, and I'm just as busy as everybody else, and you have to find a way to do it and get back to us. Really, it would be very helpful.
I'm ready to sit down with you anytime you want.
Well, pick up the phone and see what your association wants to
Our
do.
committee is 3. 1, 2, 3. We're here.
I just have one question. Is valet parking, can that happen?
Yes.
I would think valet parking would, I don't know how much insurance would be involved, but I would love to see valet parking in Margate.
Where would you take the cars?
Well, that's why you would need a lot.
I really need this recorded, Mayor.
Well, all right. This is getting out of hand. We'll continue this discussion. Listen, we're all very concerned about parking. We really are. We're all very supportive of the businesses in Margate. I've said that for 100 years. I will never change that. But, we have to sit down together and try and work this out, okay? At this point, I'll motion to close public comment.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
We'll now open public comment on second reading of ordinances and the resolutions that are on the agenda. Is there any comment?
I'll make a motion, we close that.
I'll make a second.
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Okay, Johanna?
May I have a motion for the introduction of ordinance number 14-2018, amending Chapter 95?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
May I have a motion for the introduction of ordinance number 15-2018, an ordinance amending and supplementing the land use ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
May I have a motion for ordinance number 16-2018, an ordinance amending Chapter 275, Vehicles and Traffic Code?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
May I have a motion for ordinance number 17-2018, an ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 175, Land Use?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
May I have a motion for the introduction of ordinance number 18-2018, an ordinance amending Chapter 257, Land, or Vehicles and Traffic?
Make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
May I have a motion for the adoption of ordinance number 13, an ordinance to amend and revise general ordinance of the City of Margate, County of Atlantic, State of New Jersey?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
May I have a motion for resolution number 128, 2018, authorizing payments and claims?
So moved.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
May I have a motion for resolution number 129, 2018, authorizing request for DLGS for approval to insert grant money?
Make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
May I have a motion for resolution number 130, 2018, authorizing renewal of 2018-19 liquor licenses?
So moved.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
May I have a motion for resolution 131, 2018, authorizing the renewal of 2017-18 liquor licenses for those who have met all the city and state requirements?
Make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
May I have a motion for the consent agenda, which consists of resolution number 132, 2018 through 141, 2018?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Thank you, Johanna. Does anyone have anything else? If not, we'll motion for adjournment.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Thank you, and thank you all for being here.